and welcome to Botania, part 1. So yeah, it's a pretty cool mod. I'm going to try and go through a decent amount of it today. Now, when you walk around the world, you'll spot a lot of these different flowers, and they all got this mystical kind of different coloured flowers. So you grab that and you'll get the red flower, and you'll see that when you put it in the crafting grid, you're going to get these petals back, and that's going to be very, very useful as a way to generate mana. So say we had so that was the mystical red flower. Let's look at the the mystical white flower. This is actually going to be a very, very important item. This is what it looks like. And yeah, we break that. See, we get the flower, and we're going to get some petals back from that. So yeah, so let's talk about what exactly is going to happen here then. Fortunately, there's actually a crafting recipe for the book, the Lexicon Botania. So we'll take that, and that's going to be quite useful for this video actually. So, and you can see I was just looking at the recipe before we started there. So yeah, so there's a few different sections in the book, and that was the section we. So flowers, they emit, it's a shame. So obviously they'll come in all different colours. You can grow the flowers using bone meal. So let's try that. I haven't actually tried this before. I do know a little bit about the mod. I have researched it. Decent amount. Doesn't seem to do anything. But then these might already be grown, I guess. Not quite sure what's supposed to happen there. But yeah, that's not important at the moment. That's not really... Oh, I see. I think it means just use bone meal on grass, actually. Yeah, if I use bone meal in enough grasses, it's already quite densely populated here. But I imagine I would get some more of the flowers. I'm not sure if I actually did get some. I might have done. Alright. So, yeah. Okay. So lots of flowers there. Okay, that's obviously, and as I just said, you can pluck them from the mystical petals that can be used for making magical instruments and plants alike. You can also crush them into floral dye, which is like any other dye. So that's what I just did. Put them in the crafting table and got the different coloured petals. If we get a pestle and mortar. So yeah, that's the recipe for it. I'm not going to actually, there's not too much point, seeing as the recipe's already there on the screen. I'll just grab the item, I guess. So we'll just get the pestle and mortar. And if we do this, I believe, yeah, we're going to get these floral dyes. So floral dye. No. Oh, there we go. So all the different coloured floral dyes. Take a look at the usage of that. Yeah, so for instance, we can use that in exactly the same way we used, stuff to get stuff from stained clay and stuff. And it looks like the Railcraft stuff supported and various other mods. Okay, I'm not going to focus on it though. So there's that. Alright, so yeah, let's head back to the book and carry on then. And yep, so we've seen that. Okay, that's the end of that section. Petal Apothecary. In order for a botanist to create plant life that can do its bidding, one would need special means of infusing plants with mystical energy. Luckily, the Petal Apothecary, there's an incorrect spelling in luckily, does just that. Petal Apothecary. Okay. Okay, so let's build it first. Let's find. So this is the recipe. We need cobblestone, and we need a petal of any kind, and that's going to make the Petal Apothecary. Okay, so we'll just grab that. Apothecary. Okay, so just grab this. Okay. Alright, and we'll just, yeah, we may as well just sort of set up shop around here. I don't see why not, really. Okay, we are going to need a bucket of water, so I'll just get that. And I may need multiple buckets of water, so I'll just take a few here. And then I'll just put the crafting table here actually, just so I can get on to make sure I don't actually miss the... there we go. Alright, so there's the Petal Apothecary. So we do need these mystical petals, don't we? What I might do actually is just get myself an iron chest and just put a few items in here, just because the oh, silver chest. No, I'll get an iron chest. Just because, yeah, it doesn't work too well. Just 1 second. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put the iron chest down there. And we may need a decent amount of petals here. So let me just, let's just grab a load of these petals. So white, orange, magenta, light blue, yellow, lime, pink, grey, light grey, cyan, purple, blue, brown, green, red, and black. Okay, you can see there's mana petals as well. We'll move on to that in a moment. Alright, so we started with the white petals, and orange, and okay, and we'll just put these in like so. Twelve, 13, 14, 15, 16. Alright. So we just got those petals just so I don't have to keep on grabbing them from elsewhere. Alright, so let's have a look back at this and see what we can do with the Petal Apothecary. So here we are. The Petal Apothecary just does that. Once one has set the correct petals in, throwing some seeds in, we'll finalise the process. Okay, so there is going to be a plant that we are going to need to make. So let's try throwing in some, let's get some seeds as well. I believe I was actually able to get something out of it. We need to, one of the important things here is the generating flowers. They're kind of like generators, I suppose, in a sense. So we're going to get some white petals and we're going to throw them. I've actually got some here. Okay, so we're going to throw these white petals in, and then we're going to throw some seeds in. So is that enough? I think it might be. We'll see what happens. Let's throw some seeds in there. Maybe we need one more. I'm trying to remember the recipe. I think it was 4. There we go. And you can see from there, we've got a pure daisy. So this is not the white flower, this is a pure daisy. Alright, so I actually remember the next bit, so I'm just going to do, I'll just set the time to daytime. So, the next bit is, say we have Yeah, so not, yeah, okay. I believe any vanilla wood will work. We'll take wood and I believe it might be stone, but I'm not sure if it is. It might be cobblestone as well. So I will actually check it. Let's think about it. Okay. So yeah, so this is what we just did, the pure daisy. So it's going to purify any adjacent wood and stone blocks. Yeah. All right. So this does take around about a minute. So it will take a while. All right. So we'll put these in 4 and in 5. Okay. So we just do something like this. And we're going to put some wood in here as well. I'm not sure if it will actually purify. Let me just go into create just to. So I made a little bit of a mess here. So we'll just do something like this. It'll give us an indication of what's going to happen here. And we've got our daisy, don't we? So we'll grab the daisy. And we're going to place that in the middle there. As you can see, there's already kind of sparks emanating from the daisy. And that's going to turn everything into kind of living rock and living wood and living rock, which can be used for crafting. So here we go. So that's just what I've done basically. And this was what the recipe I just did: 4 mystical white petals to get the pure daisy, and then you put it in there with the rock. Now, the next bit is a little bit harder because we have to make the runic altar. So we need to link a mana spreader to it, and right-click it with a wand of the forest, and then we can use Livingrock. But of course, we haven't got this: the mana pearl, the mana diamond. So this looks more complicated to make it. Now, it took me a while to actually work out what happened here, but fortunately there was actually a clue earlier on, and that was the clue was in generating flowers. So that's going to be quite useful to pay attention to what happened there. There we go, you can see it happening there. All this is now changed into living rock and living wood. Okay, so that's good. But there was a clue, and that was to do with generating flowers. Now this wand of the forest is a multi-use tool. So it makes sense to actually make the tool, and that's just done like so. So I'm not going to make it, I'm just going to grab it here. It's quite a lot of ones, that wasn't the best search term. So as you can see, depending on which petals you put on, you can get different ones. And I think actually you can do ones which aren't listed here with different coloured petals. And I don't believe it makes any difference, but I may be wrong. So we'll take this grey one. Okay. So we've got the wand of the forest now. Very, very simple recipe. That isn't going to require anything. But of course, the real problem here now, well, the real question here, I suppose, is to do with to see how we're going to get the day bloom. Okay, so it doesn't seem like this is the next step, but it is. So the day bloom is the most basic and rudimentary for generating flowers. Simply put, it performs a modified photosynthesis process in order to transform sunlight into mana. So that's what we need, because we've got sunlight, but we've got no mana. We have got a Petal Apothecary, and we have got all these different mystical petals, so that's good. So we need 2 yellow, an orange, and a light blue. Okay. Not quite sure why these donkeys are here, but it's not too much of a problem. So what was it? 2 yellow, an orange, and a light blue. Okay. So 2 yellow, an orange, and a light blue. Okay. So what we're going to do then, I might just actually just turn my settings down a little bit. I'll put render distance on normal. I'm going to just try doing it bit by bit and see how it works. See if things get better depending on how I do the settings. Okay. So we need some more water, of course. And we're going to need, so we'll put that 9. Okay. So let's try to put this in the Petal Apothecary. We've got a little spot here. I'm curious to see whether this is actually going to work. Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in light blue, an orange, 2 yellow, and some seeds. There we go. And it instantly came into my inventory as well. And we'll keep it full. All right. So now we've got the day bloom. So what are we going to do with the day bloom, I wonder? This is where I didn't actually look up how to do this stuff. So it may start getting a little bit more confusing for me anyway. I think half a dozen to 10 of these should get the job done for now. Okay, so that was the process to get the day bloom. So we're going to obviously assume that we've done that, and we're going to grab some more. Okay, we'll just keep on clearing the inventory here, I think. No. Oh well, I guess not. Alright, so half a dozen, 10 of these, so that's fine, yeah. Okay, so we've got the day bloom. So we read up on the basics. So how are we going to get the mana in? Well, I know that this is made in the mana pool. We can make the mana pool. So let's look at the mana stuff now. Now that we've got a method to create mana, let's think about how we can actually store it and use it. An introduction to mana. Okay. Mana is an ethereal substance. In layman's terms, it's a form of mystical energy. Its sensorial existence yeah, there should be an apostrophe after the T, and isn't it existence? Existence, I think, is inconstant, and its colour depends on the environment it's put in. Yeah, I normally always put apostrophes there, but we'll see. And I think it would suit apostrophes here. Mastering mana is one of the most important skills a botanist needs to master. In order to create mana, one will require a set of generating flowers, which we have. This mana can be dispersed by utilising mana spreaders stored in mana pools. Okay, so we need to... Alright, so mana can be used for many different things. It can be used for functional flowers. We don't have any of those. So we've got the day blooms. Okay. So we need to look up mana spreaders and mana pools now to see what to do next. Alright, no, that wasn't right. Okay. Mana can be inserted into by use of a mana spreader, and any adjacent mana spreaders will pull mana from it to increase the internal buffer automatically. Any function requires a nearby mana pool. So we can definitely make the mana pool. It's at 8 pages, yeah it is. So it looks like this is not the one to check yet because we haven't got any mana. So it looks like mana spreaders should actually be before mana pool. Yeah, alright. Alright. Alright, we're going to do this now. So we need the mana spreader now. So let's... And we've got the Wand of the Forest to change the orientation if it's so needed. And I'm not sure what else it does, but we'll see. Alright, so we know that we can make the mana pool just fine. Can we make the mana spreader just fine? Let's just look how it's made. Yes, we can, because that's Livingwood, and a gold ingot is also required, but we can make this. Alright. So we're going to put some of these flowers down, and we'll do them like this. So hopefully this will be enough. Something like here. Alright, so we now know that it's possible with just the materials we've used now, and of course a piece of gold as well, which that we can get the mana spreader and the mana pool. That's good. So we're going to grab the mana spreader, and we're going to grab the mana pool. Okay, the mana spreader is the most important one. So let's see, can we change the orientation with the wand? Aha! Does seem to be doing something. Yes, so we can. Oh wow, what's going on with it? It's actually responsive to various different degrees of rotation. I think we need to go on the opposite side to get it. Oh wait a minute, you just hold down shift, it seems to do more. It does seem a bit strange how it's operating. I think I preferred it just when I put it down first of all. So I'm not going to try and rotate at the moment. But when we've got the wand in hand, it seems to show particles emitting, so that's good, I guess. Yeah, these particles are definitely coming out now. Can we put one in front, or is that... It did seem to indicate... Let me just go back into survival here. No, I thought maybe it would leave the root or something. Alright. It does seem to be doing something though. Unknown status. So what about if we put the mana pool in front of it? I'm just trying this out for now. What does that say? Accepting power from items. They all seem to be glowing now. But is it going to... Yeah. Unknown status. I don't know why we don't know the status. Alright, we'll see anyway. Let's go back. Let's read again. What is this picture trying to show? Holding one of the forest displays a beam which shows where the spreader is pointing at. Hovering over it shows the target. The sparkle is always shown to the point when mana loss starts to happen. I don't know how we're going to get that. I think maybe I should have used the Wonder of the Forest on this. Oh yeah, this is actually... Oh, you have to link it. Power's not going up though. Power seems full on this. I feel like this is not rotating correctly. See, it still says accepting power, but it's obviously not. Sparing power to items, accepting power from items. You know what, there is one way to check if this is actually working or not, and that's to actually try and do a recipe with it. Ah, wait a minute. Yeah, that actually... Yeah, that is getting some power somehow. Alright, so that's good. Doesn't look like it's getting much though. So I may need to... It's probably the weakest one, this one I've got in there at the moment. Alright. I've got no idea what that means though. Why did it just stop? It's weird how it's working. It's firing mana bursts, isn't it? Alright, so we've made that anyway. Alright, we're not going to upgrade it yet. Well, we can't even make this Manasteel yet, so we can't do that anyway. And then we can upgrade it to different colours. Okay. So there's the spreader, and we'll check with the pool again. Yeah. Alright, let's try some of these then. So we can make Manasteel with iron. So let's try that first of all. Alright. So I don't know if there's going to be enough in here to make it work. We'll see though. Alright, so what I think we have to do here, accepting power. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Let me just check that I've got this doing this right. Mana pool, yeah. Put the iron ingots in, get that out. Must need to use the wand somehow. I'm sure that thing is filling up. Uh-oh. I thought maybe I need to put water in or something. Maybe the power isn't enough. So let me just try putting more power in. Starting up a brand new day. And this is maybe it's to do with the time. It looks like it's going in. Maybe it's not going in. I feel like it is though. Huh. It must be something to do with this thing. I need to make it in a triangle or something. Oh! No, it's not, is it? It's just incredibly shit with the amount of stuff I've got here. It just takes a very, very long time. But the fact that it actually worked, though, is good. Alright, that's cool then. We've got the Manasteel Ingot. Alright, that is good. I wonder what the range of it is though. Can I just put in loads more of these? Probably can actually. Because if we look at the I mean, stuff seems to be happening, but I guess with all the stuff, it's all got particles on it, so... Alright. Well, anyway, we know that works, but obviously it's not working at all well. Let's turn the video settings down a bit more as well. Put it on minimum, and do short here as well. Alright. So that is going to work, and that's going to make Manasteel ingots. So at least we've actually demonstrated that works, so that's a good thing. Alright. You know what? I think I might just leave it there for this episode. So yeah, in the next episode, I wonder if I can actually do this. How do you make it again? We'd need the... Yeah, you see, I can actually do this now because I've got the mana pool. I can get these items, and I can make the runic altar. And then we can really start going with it. So yeah, I think next episode I'm probably going to this is going to be very cool, I think. So yeah, I think I'm going to move on with this in the next episode. Yeah, it's a nice time.